What's going on? It's your boy Bowie here. And this is pre-patch footage, of course, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to start off 2024 by talking about the state of the game, the state of Mortal Kombat 1. And this is not the video that I hoped that I would be making, because what I'm about to say breaks my heart to say. But even though Mortal Kombat 1 is the best gameplay experience, or close to the best gameplay experience I've ever had in an NRS title, it is by far the worst online experience, or provides the very worst online experience I've ever played or ever had in an NRS title. And that says a lot, because MK9's netcode was horrible. The pre GGPO netcode of MKX was horrible. Okay? But I still had a better time online in both of those titles than I do in this one right now. And that's for two reasons. One, the netcode has gotten progressively worse after the patch, you know. This latest patch, though very good for the game, and I think treated characters exactly correct in terms of balance and stuff like that, and buffs and everything, except Scorpion. Scorpion still needs some love. There's no denying that the netcode has been objectively worse after this patch. Matches that should be really stable and strong, sometimes they're stable, sometimes they're not. I can't react to a goddamn thing. You know, I'm less able to react now than I was before. And it sucks, you know. But, and I'll get into more of that in a second. But then the other reason why the online experience is bad is because you can't get no goddamn matches in this game. Or let me clarify, you can't play sets against people in this game unless that set is 1st to 1 or 1st to 2 or some stupid shit like that. People don't want to play this game, even though they're playing the game. You know, I've faced so many one and dones. I've faced more one and done opponents than I've ever faced in any previous NRS title. And it's weird, because we came from MK11, a game that was relentlessly criticized during its heyday. Okay? That game was lambasted for damn near every reason. Reasons legitimate and illegitimate. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to get many more people to play sets with me in that game than in this one. And it's weird. It's very, very weird. I don't know what's going on with this game, but people just, they don't want to play it. You know? If you fight somebody, it don't matter who you pick. It don't matter who they pick. It don't matter which cameo you pick or which cameo they pick. It don't matter if you win or they win. They'll play you, and regardless of the outcome, they leave. If they don't leave after the first game, they'll probably leave within the first 3. And it's weird. And it don't make no goddamn sense. Because it's like, bruh, this is very early in the game's life. We're trying to get better here. And it's very difficult to get better when you can't play people for long enough to even pick up on their patterns and adapt. You know what I'm saying? But let me expound on both of these a little bit more. So Mortal Kombat 11 started off with worse netcode than what we experienced in the beta. The netcode beta, or the beta's netcode was, it was really good. You know, I only played one person, so I probably didn't get the holistic experience. But I was able to anti-air on reaction. I was able to do a lot of shit. Fast forward to this game, you know, on release, I can still anti-air, but it feels more labored to do so, you know? I'm getting hit. All of us are sitting here getting hit by these 24, 26, 28, and 30 frame overheads that are supposed to be reactable. Same thing with lows. Doesn't matter if they're overheads, but these reactable 50-50s are suddenly not reactable at all. Suddenly you get hit with them even though you block them. And it's aggravating as hell. You know what I'm saying? That was before the patch. Now, with this patch, now we're having similar issues to what we had in the beta, where, you know, matches are desynchronizing all the time. You know, it got to a point for me where I hadn't played this game since before Christmas. I'm talking about a couple days before Christmas, like the Monday before Christmas or some shit. And I'm just now playing it again like 2 weeks later because I was trying to play people and I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to play online. It said there's an issue with the server or some shit. I forget. And I was just like, bro, I'm done. I'm not playing this goddamn game because I can't even enjoy it. You know, and this was after me losing more matches in one session of Combat League than I had lost in the previous 2 sessions put together. Precisely because the netcode is worse and much less reactable than before. You know what I'm saying? And it's first to 2, so people can just fucking gimmick you out, and you don't have enough time to adapt and overcome like you did in the first to 3. But anyway, you know, so the netcode is much worse than it was before. And this is after adding the Wi-Fi filter, I should say. The Wi-Fi filter should guarantee that we have better quality matches because we get to pick whether our Combat League opponents are wired or Wi-Fi. But that's not what I've experienced. I mean, the Wi-Fi opponents are always bad, but they're worse now. But now even some of the wired people, they're not stable. They're not stable at all. And it's the weirdest shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people teleporting back and forth because rollbacks is late as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have these stutters. Now, maybe these people's internet is bad, but I don't think that's what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, the netcode is just not acting right. And this is a game where when you drop combos, you can eat a 50% damage combo for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So the stakes are much higher. You fuck up in this game, your health bar gets deleted. Ooh, Lord, what the hell's going on here? Ooh. Anyway. But, the netcode leaves a lot to be desired, especially now. You know. Whether that's in Combat League, casual matches, all the shit. It leaves a lot to be desired overall. But then on top of the netcode being non-optimal, you can't play no goddamn body. You can't play nobody. I have had way more one and done opponents in this game than I've ever had previously in any of the NRS titles. It's actually mad aggravating. And as I alluded to before, it doesn't matter whether you win the match, you lose the match. It don't matter what character you pick, what cameo you pick. Motherfuckers just don't play. They get a match, and regardless of the results, they bounce. And the reason why I'm even spending time talking about it is, A, it's pervasive. I'm not the only one experiencing this. As a matter of fact, in the comments, I'd like for y'all to recount your experiences and let me know if this has happened to you too. You dig what I'm saying? Or how frequently this has happened to you. But not only is it pervasive, but it's annoying as fuck. Because instead of you being able to learn your character or learn how certain characters work, you play a new opponent every 2 minutes. So you can't even learn your damn character. It takes longer. You know what I'm saying? So not only is it pervasive and annoying, but it stifles the progress of players. You can't get better by winning every match you play. You won't get better. Because whatever strategy you use to win, whether it's legitimate or not, you're emboldened to keep using that strategy. And so when you only play people in these first to ones or first to twos, you don't even have to adapt to them beating your stuff unless you fight that right person that knows how to counter your shit. Then you have to adapt. But because you're so used to winning every goddamn time, the first time that happens, you don't want to play them no more, so you leave. So then you haven't gotten any better because you didn't have to adapt. And your opponent's on to the next. Right? Also, when you play people in sets, that's some of the best fighting game education you can get. Why do you think all these high-level tournament players upload themselves playing sets with people? Because it's a learning experience for both. You learn what's legitimate from your character, what's not legitimate, what's safe, what's not safe, where is it safe, where is it not safe. What are some of the counter strategies that you can employ against your particular opponent? What are some strategies you can employ as your character? Let me tell you a quick little anecdote about how sets are beneficial. So, I played Combat League today, and I played against a Shao Kahn. He was Shao Kahn using Frost. I was Tanya using Sonya, right? I won the first match. He won the second match. When he won the second match, I realized old buddy was using a bunch of stand 2. Stand 2 is Shao Kahn's God button. It's an 8-frame, very long range, high attack that leads to his highest damaging combos. It's a great button. You should be using it if you play Shao Kahn. And so I noticed that every time I was trying to go for some offense, I would get tagged with this move. So I said, I know what I have to do. Every time he wants to go for that stand 2, I have to duck and hit him with a poke. I could just straight duck the first hit and try to combo afterward, but that's a little bit too risky for my tastes. So I'll just poke and stop him from doing it altogether. And so that's what I did. And so every time he tried to do something, it was Poke City. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. You know, he got frustrated. He started making mistakes. and the match ended with him jumping at the wrong time, and I anti-aired him for 48%. You know what I'm saying? So, what does that have to do with sets? Well, where did I learn to start ducking underneath Shao Kahn's attacks? I mean, I could have came up with that on my own, or from the experience of playing a bunch of fighting games, but I came up with that because it had been done to me in a set that I played against an online friend of mine from Sweden. I met him during the MK11 days, and he's really, really good. And when I played against him as Shao Kahn, he started ducking the shit out of my stand 2 string. Damn, that was sexy as fuck. I just walked him down. Ooh, don't you dare. PC mods, baby. But anyway, so this had been done to me in a set. You see what I'm saying? And so I adapted, and I outplayed my opponent and got the victory because of what I learned in a set. Let me give another anecdote. I was still in Combat League playing Tanya Sonya, and this time I played against a Reiko. For those of you that don't know, Tanya gives Reiko the business in this game. She outranges the shit out of him. She blows up his pokes with either her combo starting mid or her long range sweep. You know what I'm saying? She can full combo punish him for throwing out his ninja stars because she has a string that low profiles and launches, and it's a series of lows. You know what I'm saying? So she messes him up pretty bad. I'm positive the match is winnable for Reiko, but he has to do particular things. My opponent didn't know that, though. So he played his normal Reiko game, and he kept getting that ass folded. Folded. And he got beaten clean. Swept in the first game. Then in the first round of the second game, he was getting the early momentum. He needed probably one more or a couple more hits to beat me. But I rallied back, and I won the round anyway, and I stole it from him. Now, if dude would have gotten a chance to play a set or two against online Tanyas, he probably would have known, hey, this is a fucked up match. It's not going to go well for me unless I do X, Y, and Z. He could have employed those tactics or used a different cameo or something. Whatever it is that Reiko has to do in order to beat Tanya, he could have learned to do that by playing sets against Tanyas. But since that didn't happen, he got washed. I did not outplay him the way that I outplayed Shao Kahn. I just autopiloted and I won. And that's not good. That's not good enough for me. That's not the way people should be winning in this game or in any fighting game. People should be thinking. People should be adapting. People should be, you know, playing fighting games. They shouldn't be, you know, having their brain turned off and beating motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how it should go. Look at this Netcode acting the fuck right now. It's OD. Anyway. So him having the chance to play a set against a Tanya would have been greatly beneficial for him. Damn, I thought... Ooh. Damn, that was good. But yeah, so... what are some of the reasons for it? For this phenomenon? Why are we encountering more one-and-done players? Well, one of the reasons is that Most of these players played some other mode prior. They were in rooms. They were in King of the Hills. They were doing towers. They were not forced to play casual matches with people. So they're playing a mode that they don't want to play because they wouldn't usually be playing it. They'd be doing something else. And now they're forced to play casual matches. And anytime you have people doing some shit that they do not want to do, and you know they don't want to do it, it's not going to be enjoyable for them or everyone else. It's almost like those college professors that don't want to teach. They're there to do research. They don't give a fuck about teaching classes. What kind of classes do you think they're going to have? What kind of college experience do you think that their students are going to have? It's going to be bad because they don't want to teach that fucking class. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing in this scenario. You know. Now, is NRS feverishly working to bring a lot of those modes back that we used to have? Bring all of those modes back that we used to have, plus some more? Yes. I'm sure that they are. I'm sure that they're working around the clock and even beyond it. You know what I'm saying? But because it's not here, people's thoughts and feelings and impressions of the game are being developed now. And even if they add the shit later, they may have dug a well so deep that they can't bring some people back from it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people's first impressions are lasting, even if they're not accurate. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, goddamn. But I think another reason why we're seeing so many one and dones is because people are desperate to protect their motherfucking win-loss records. People are desperate to demonstrate how good they are at a game. And they'll do anything. They'll use anything that they can use. People be using Combat League. Oh yeah, I made it to Elder God. I'm ranked blah 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 blah. That don't mean a goddamn thing. Because if you made it to Elder God fighting a bunch of people that didn't know what the fuck they was doing, you didn't really accomplish shit. The person that made it to Elder God fighting scrubs is not on the same level as the person that made it to Demigod fighting tournament players. You understand what I'm saying? If they have to go through Tweety, and they have to go through Foxy, and they have to go through Ninja Killer, and Sonic Fox, and Rewind, and Samij, and all these people in order to get to Demigod, and they made it there, that person's way better than the Elder God dude that beat a bunch of scrubs. Way better. And it's not close. It's not fucking close. Okay? So it's not about the result that you obtain. It's about the road that you took to get there and how arduous that road was. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but people use Combat League to illustrate how good they are at the game and to flex, you know? And win-loss records are yet another mechanism that people use to do the same thing. They also use win-loss records to decide who the hell they gonna fight and who they not gonna fight. That's been going on for years. You know, because what happens in these NRS titles is once your win-loss record starts to look a little too good, every other opponent is declining your ass. They won't fight you unless your win-loss record looks favorable to them. If your account looks new, they'll be all over you. If you've only had 10 games, they'll be all over you, right? But if you had 10,000 games, and won 6,000 of them, they not gonna fight you. Even the people with a higher win percentage won't fight you because of how experienced you look. Because the numbers are so big, they intimidate people. You know what I'm saying? And so to that effect, these win-loss records are stifling people's growth in this game. Because instead of you playing against people that would actually improve your gameplay, you're declining them. You won't play them. Even though they are exactly who you should be playing. Ooh, damn, I almost caught him. Ooh, mother... And so that's one of the problems. And one of the things that helped me realize this was, ironically, MKX. When we had the online beta for MKX to test out the new GGPO internet, the win-loss records didn't work. And guess what? Every match I fought, every match I wanted to have against people, I was able to have it. Unless folks were looking for their friends, you know. But if people weren't looking for friends, I could just match up with people and play. And it didn't matter how many I won or lost because nobody saw the numbers. I was free to just learn and enjoy the game without the pressure of having to try to make my numbers look good. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, if NRS did the right thing and got rid of the win-loss record for casual mode, we would see a vast reduction in people doing one-and-done matches. Because if you remove the stakes, you'll see a change in people's behavior. You know what I'm saying? People would still leave after one match. Of course they would. But it would be far less frequent because motherfuckers wouldn't be so pressed about losing matches all the time. So that's one thing that NRS can do that would help out a lot. You know, win-loss records shouldn't even be a thing for casual matches anyway. They should have got rid of that after MK9. But for whatever reason, not only did they not get rid of it, they doubled down on MKX and MK11 by including win odds, which was even worse. Because now you're being told, hey, you have a 0% chance of beating this person. Who in their right mind is going to play someone that they have a 0% chance of winning against? Nobody. Thankfully, in MK1, they got rid of that shit. But now the win-loss records have to go. You should have to go to a menu, go through several menus in order to see how many matches you won and lost online. Otherwise, your win-loss record should only be visible in casual, or not casual, in Combat League. And even then, it don't really matter. I wouldn't mind if it was just gone, to be honest. Because unless you're competing in a tournament, why the fuck does it matter? And honestly, it doesn't even matter for tournaments either. Do we know how many total matches Sonic Fox has won across all the games? No, we don't. And it don't matter. We know that he wins. He wins some, he loses some, just like everybody else. Damn, that was a horrible rollback. Sheesh. Anyway, but we don't need to see it. We don't need to see it. One other thing that NRS can do is they can add a mode. It can be a mode. It can be a room or a lobby. Damn, that was a horrible rollback. But that room or lobby should lock people into playing sets. So you're locked into a first to 3, a first to 5, a first to 7, a first to 10, first to 20. I don't give a fuck. You know, you go in that room, and when you play people in that room, you automatically get locked into a set. First to 10s, first to 5, first to 15, first to 20. Doesn't matter, right? This is where people would go when they're serious about learning a character, learning character matchups, all that shit. Or if they just want to play the game uninterrupted by motherfuckers doing ones and dones and leaving and getting mad and shit. You know what I'm saying? A room like that would benefit the community so much. And it don't have to be a room. It could be a mode. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care how it gets done. I think it just needs to get done. Because it would help mitigate the behavior of people in this game. Because people, I would say that they play too much, but it's actually the exact opposite problem. They don't play enough. And they don't want to play the game. Ooh, that was a whiff. That was a horrible whiff. Shit. But anyway. Yeah, I mean, I think something like that is absolutely necessary for this game. Because the numbers don't lie. Even though this game does have more players than its predecessor, MK11, it doesn't have that many more players just on PC alone, let alone the consoles. This game should be crushing the scene, and it's not. Now, some of that has to do with the fact that Tekken 8 is right around the corner and Street Fighter 6 is out there. So it's already ceding ground for those reasons. But a lot of it is that many people are having the same problem that I'm having. They're having a tough time loving and enjoying the game because of the issues that I mentioned. Now, let me be clear. Many motherfuckers are just dissatisfied, disgruntled as fuck for no reason or for dubious reasons. You got people still mad at the fact that we have a cameo system. You got people mad at the fact that KBs are gone. You got people crying about this game. This game is like Injustice 3. And MK1 is nothing like Injustice. Nothing. I mean, I can understand some of the animations are reminiscent of Injustice. Like, this stage kind of looks Injustice-esque. But that's this stage. And yes, they added a pause before the character's super moves, like Injustice has. And they added the character intros that look like clashes a little bit. But in terms of the goddamn gameplay, there is nothing Injustice-like about Mortal Kombat 1. This game is much more like MK9. Okay? Furthermore, a lot of these motherfuckers running around here talking about this game is Injustice 3, they turn around and lionize MK11, which was much more like Injustice than any previous or current Mortal Kombat title. If you want to say a game is similar to Injustice, correctly note that that game is MK11, and even that game is not like Injustice. But anyway, so you got motherfuckers complaining for those dubious reasons and shit. And I do not want to be ideological bedfellows with none of them fools because they stupid. And a lot of them are bad at the game. And they're using these mechanisms to try to cope with that fact. They suck at the game. And instead of saying, hey, I need to improve at the game and stop bitching about it, they complain about it. Right? For me, My complaints have nothing to do with my gameplay or lack thereof or anything like that. I just want to enjoy the game. I want to have fun playing the game. And when I'm in matches playing against people, I am having fun. But it's all the junk in between that stops that fun process. And then it's also the netcode within the matches that somewhat stops the process as well. You know what I mean? And so if NRS could just, you know, find a way to address those things, I think that would help out. It would go a long way to helping things out. And I mean, obviously you're not going to please everybody. That has to be understood. There's still going to be people that complain about the game for legitimate and illegitimate reasons. You know what I'm saying? But the people that are dedicated to Mortal Kombat, the people that love this title like I do and have played it for decades and will keep playing it for decades no matter what, we would be happy. And we are the people that NRS should be focused on. Not these incorrigible, ungrateful motherfuckers that can't even play the game. You know what I'm saying? They will not try to love this game. I will love the game. I want to love this game, even when it's hard to do so. You know what I'm saying? But if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments how you feel about MK1. I do love the game, but it's a little bit hard to enjoy right now. But I'm going to keep playing, though, because I do think NRS is going to help us out. But with that being said, peace.